listen to Doggy Style or did that.
I have some songs on my Apple Music. And my mom would play Doggy Style, West Coast rap. That's what I grew up listening to. We've talked about this before.
You had to back it up though, because you know why he took all the Death Row catalog off.
Nah, it's still on there.
They took it off.
Oh, because nothing but a G thing plays on
It must be on some type of compilation because he took all.
Yeah, it doesn't have its original cover. Let me see if it's
because he still, hey man, NFTs trick y'all, but he doing the whole NFT thing to get everybody paid, which is noble, but at the same time, NFTs and we learned that cryptocurrency is trick y'all.
I mean, it was a trick as it was going on. See, it's like this. Like that's the cover, but song's there.
Yeah, that's just because he branded it that way. But again, this is why YouTube Music is superior because it's all on YouTube Music. It's not going to be like the official album, but it's somebody that uploaded it like 12 years ago on there. So that funny money, Zill. But if they could buy more bottles with that funny money, that's fine.
It's just legit. Like you do not see the scam as it's happening. That's the whole thing. We're like, that's. God, are we really going to get into like people are dumb, so dumb these days? Are we starting this early? Not even 2 minutes in?
No, not really. I don't like I told you because you know what I mean. I'm all for cutting shoe promos, but I'm gonna be positive banks because it's Sunday. It's first Sunday as well. But it's like no, not really.
Oh my just God, because here we go.
You know who? So Bomani was the first person. Shouts out to the legend. He was the first person to call it funny money, right? And I was like, it's something to that. But when Rick Ross said it this year, he's like, I need to see it.
Rose that's true. Yeah. And and people were shocked that this man was such a great promo on Wednesday.
He's had a great year, just like being fucking. He's always been hilarious, but this year,
that's what I mean. That's what I said on Beer Pig and his whole like pairs, and then what's he like? What was he doing on like IG and Twitter for? Yeah, he was legit. Oh, come on, Zell. Like no.
I got some too. But I don't know how to get rid of it.
Yeah, but again, I need to see the money either in the bank account or more so in the bank account than in my actual hands. Like, not how I'm doing the hand, but just like these hands.
That's how it be. So I got a Nigerian friend. Why did I say Nigerian? Because they do a lot of scams too. No.
Oh, okay, here we go. 2:30. It's already like there goes that Nigerian Prince sponsorship.
No, they'll get it because I used to buy the fake Fade and Nate from them. The fake Fade and Nate from them. But I remember last year he was going off because he bought the Dogecoin, right? Like he bought like $1,000, $2,000 worth of Dogecoin. And then when the super villain, motherfucking Lex Luthor with hair, he is Jesse Eisenberg with the hair.
Fake hair, yeah.
Oh, you think that's fake?
They showed him as like a young guy and he was balding.
No.
I mean, I don't know if those pictures are ever real, but they like that. It looks like it's a manufactured hairline. Like he bought hair. You've ever seen those pictures?
God damn.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know if those are legit or not, but like and also you can kind of tell like the way it's styled. It's I don't know if today's math. Let me look it up.
All right, this ain't the podcast word. I know what you talk about. There's a lot of stuff me and Don talk about. I wish I could talk about, but I can never. Yeah, he was going bald. He don't even look, bro. He don't even look like a normal human being. But I ain't gonna start the third eye.
It's equality, right? That's today's mathematics. Equality.
Say it for everybody. Read it out loud.
I mean, I don't. Are there actually like verses and passages with it? Like
yes, all the time.
Well, where the fuck do I find that?
Oh my God. Do I gotta put it on the mega screen? Like I'm teaching Davis supreme mathematics. I send it to you. You gotta read this every day and send it to math.
Nah, because he would look at me like, fuck you doing?
And Doc calls you king, so you blessed.
He's talking to you.
No, he's talking to you. I ain't no fucking king. So wisdom, right?
Is that what it is?
Do I got to break down how this worked for you? Like I had to break it down for somebody else.
No, I'm just saying. So what? Did you send it to me or not?
No, I'll send it to you right now so you can read it. That's gonna be the intro. Fuck the regular intro. That's gonna be
play
the
the
intro.
We'll play the intro right now as you send it. That way it'll buy some time.
Hey man, today's
Plus,
mathematics
I gotta
is
share that link anyway.
yeah, and today's mathematics is patreon.com/Banks versus Davis. But other than that, today's mathematics is the intro.
Okay, so you sent it, but which one is it? Like
It's you have to know all of them in general, right? It's not specific to a day. You got to just know all of them, bruh. When somebody asks you, when they ask you Supreme Mathematics, what's today's mathematics, God? You supposed to really, in the old days, you really supposed to say all of them, like word for word, bar for bar. But if you choose to, you can just say whatever you want. You can say equality. You can say peace. You can say whatever you want.
I just looked up the basic, like there's a Twitter account that says today's mathematics and it said equality. That was today's. The one time when Dot asked me legit, like there was a whole, like it was like a paragraph for that day. That was like a month or two ago.
You supposed to know all of them. When somebody asks you that, you supposed to say it word for word. They used to beat people up for not saying it word for word. Like Lord Jamar asked me, I said his grandfather probably mark you out if you don't know. First of all, Lord Jamar being on his podcast would be terrible because he's gonna say a lot of stuff, a lot of slurs. Like I want to ask him about Lil Nas X.
I mean, someone we know like the tweet that said, "Is this man for doing it for show or?"
They said is he the first closet homosexual?
No, heterosexual or something like that. They basically were saying it's all an act, and I'm like, that's a little mean.
Well, last year around this time, he said I miss Coochie. I'm like, what do you mean by that?
I'm not that I would know, but I'm saying maybe he does. I don't know.
Oh, you think he cum see cum sa? Like yeah. He's a tweener, like he like Tracy McGrady. He could play the shooting guard and small forward.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's nasty, but all right.
I don't know. I don't want to get that's a whole nother debate, a whole nother conversation. Last week we were kind of wilding with the religion, like the 30 minutes we spent on religion in a way. And of course,
now I feel bad because I just recorded with a very religious man, so I had to be respectful. I ain't even cuss.
Who? He's religious?
Yeah. It'll be out tomorrow. As of this recording, it'll be out tomorrow. But yeah, he's very nice man, very religious. Now I feel bad. I'm like, damn.
Well, you know what I say about religious people.
Yeah, no, but he legit. You feel me?
Some people I can tell you.
No, because we gonna
don't trust anybody.
Listen, because if you and I know what's going on, shouts out to Pac. So, but
that's more for reform people. You can't trust that at all. Like I said.
No, reform people will kill you with a Bible.
That's what I'm saying. Like you can't trust a reform person, but a person who's just religious start to finish with not having a history of, sins in the past. I'm looking at the whole time like, what the fuck's going on here? Like, waiting for you to slip up.
No, I would rob him and call him a slur. Joel Osteen, record with him. Davis look like Joel Osteen. And he got Joel Osteen money too. He's sitting in
No, I don't. Believe me, if I did, you wouldn't be talking to me at all.
You right, because he don't talk to people that look like me. He don't let them in their church too during the.
Well, that is during the flood. Yeah, This is Banks versus Davis, as always, live every Sunday on YouTube. He's Banks. I'm Davis. Banks versus Davis on Patreon. Bonus content that is only exclusive to there. Sometimes we'll drop some episodes, but thank you all for joining us this week. As always, shout out to people in the chat.
Again, subscribers as well. Can you shout them out?
Yeah. Well, I don't know who they are, but we've gotten some new subscribers in the last week. Shout out to y'all who have found the pod. Banks has been working hard with the shorts. We've had some great guests. So if they've led you over here, you and I were both on All Eat with Keeks. Shout out to Nicorazon Keeks. Shout out to Graham, Public Enemies, CJ Ben. But yeah, we're here, and much like the last few weeks, we don't have a full rundown because we're just going to be throwing topics at each other and doing the no huddle offense, like we can do, I should say. But there are some big topics to talk about. But on Friday, Katsuyori Shibata had his first match. Well, he did have a match this year at Wrestle Kingdom, but like his first match in America against Orange Cassidy on AEW for the All Atlantic title with Mike Tyson on commentary. So which of these things was like, what the fuck to you?
All of it. It was great though, but damn, Tyson could put somebody over. He was like, he looks great, baby. Come on, Orange Cassidy.
He was great. Yeah. First it's like Shibata, he has that look in his eyes. He has a look like he looks in good shape. And then he saw Orange Cassidy work, and he was basically like, bro, but like this man's amazing. Like when my dad saw Roosh in AEW Quake at the Lake, my dad saw Roosh and Andrade team up. He's like, who's that guy? I'm like, Roosh. He's like, he's fantastic. Like, bravo. Like,
he thought he was seeing a 5-star classic, how he was selling it. The funniest thing about his commentary was as soon as he'll start going off and then somebody will start talking, he'll start over talking them, and then you can tell him like,
as you and I do, don't talk when I'm talking. Like,
but you can tell, like, no, this Mike. We gonna let him go ahead talk, Mike. Yeah, go ahead talk. Because Mike is cool now. You feel me? Because he be off the medicine. But
then the plane thing was what, a couple months ago, right?
Yeah, but it's still Mike in there. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's still Mike. So maybe he seemed like he was sober at that moment, obviously. But yeah, let him just have a Mike moment. Like, he was getting geeked up about Shibata because I was like, yo, he sounded like he wanted to have a match with Shibata.
They've always hinted for years that he's wanted to have a match, but he just never did it. There was that one time in 2009 when they had our Raw guest host every week, and him and DX teamed up to face Miz. Was it Miz, Chris Jericho, and Big Show or something like that? But he knocked out Chris Jericho, and that's why they played that back a couple years ago when he was in AEW for the first time, when he was falling asleep. But yeah, it was really, like, I didn't watch it I watched the match on Friday, but I had it on mute because JR and Mike Tyson on commentary just seemed like a nightmare. And then I rewatched it today, and like you said, Mike Tyson actually better than I thought. Just the first time hearing, I was like, oh no, like you said, like he's gonna talk over them, and JR in 2022 is just so washed, which is unfortunate.
He's not washed. He just don't want to stay home.
And
he like a Walmart worker. You know, the Walmart workers that they don't need the money, but they just don't want to be in the crib because it's like, I'm gonna be depressed. Which is, I'm kind of joking, but at the same time, not really. They do that, especially if they, widows or widowers. So, he just don't want to be in the crib.
But it's bad to just he'll mess up, which, we all mess up in a way, but it's painful knowing how great he was, in the 90s, in the 2000s. Just again, it was actually the same thing, like imitating art with Shibata. Like, you and I have been Shibata fans right when I started watching New Japan on a consistent basis in 2017. He has a match with Okada where he fucking headbutts him and just blood starts running down his head. And then again, they said this man almost died. He had a legit brain injury and couldn't wrestle for 3 to 4 years, and has been training people in California, of all places, at the LA dojo, and has been responsible for some of their best young boys in the last few years. But he had that grappling match with Zack Sabre Jr. I think it was last summer. He had that match in Wrestle Kingdom this year. I think we skipped over that when we reviewed Wrestle Kingdom this year, because you and I think only did the Okada matches, because watching the whole card was going to be a task of itself, given how it's 2 nights. Nope, I'm not. Keep it going. Shut the fuck up. Keep it going.
Like the last 2 comments.
But Shibata and Orange Cassidy, they hinted at it at Forbidden Door when Shibata came out to make the save after Will Ospreay and Orange Cassidy had their great match of the year, for me at least. And he came out this week, challenged Orange Cassidy, or Orange Cassidy challenged him, and What do you think seeing Shibata have a match? Because it started off very shaky. You and I were texting as the match was starting, and it didn't look good for our guy.
Everybody ages, man. It's just, I think what it is we don't understand the concept of time, because you see Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, LeBron's starting to look cook already. It's like, God damn, we only like 7 games into the season. This is my last game. We 7 games into the season. Like, he can get on the fast break, but then the acceleration ain't there. So he'd be like, all right, instead of posting, I'm about to just do a step back jumper. So obviously Shibata is older than them.
And has the brain injury again. So like more so it seemed like functionality. Like it seems like he knows what to do and the body just can't respond. Because like he did that headlock takeover and couldn't fully hold on. There were a lot of spots over the course of the match, like he was like jumping the gun on or was delayed. And that was the thing where it looked like I think you could just booked it a lot better for him, or just a lot of like strikes, especially with the comedy aspect. Like he was hitting Orange Cassidy with the soft kicks and kind of mocking Orange Cassidy. It could have, I think, played for that instead of like expecting a real Shibata classic, because I wasn't expecting Shibata to be again the guy that he was like against Goto or Kyle O'Reilly in the great match they had for the never open weight title. But it was cool to see him have a match. But also it's like there's a reason New Japan hasn't allowed this guy to have another match for them. Like the rumor was that he had forced the match at Wrestle Kingdom with basically his protege and Ren Narita, who's the new Shibata. They were supposed to have a similar grappling exchange, but Shibata like called in and like, no, we're gonna have a match to show I can still do this. And it's rusty. Like that was a couple months ago, and he hasn't had a match since. So, like you're saying, age, brain injury, and him not doing it. It's different training guys where you can know you're preparing someone. You're not actually doing it, in front of thousands of people and people watching at home.
Right. And kudos to Orange Cassidy for this too, because he worked with the right person. The dude is safe, and then you can have those down spots where he was doing the comedic kicks and stuff like that. Just like, all right, get your wind up, big fella. Get your wind up, old head. So that's why it was great, because he worked with somebody like that. Now, if he was working with a piece of trash like Sammy Guevara or somebody like that,
been dead.
God bless. Yeah, I think jokes aside,
because Sammy Guevara almost kills himself.
Right. We would have had, and I'm not joking, I'm a sourwood too, just because it's like that's not the guy you want to work with, especially because he's young. Orange Cassidy is a seasoned vet, so he worked with the right person. The only other person he could have worked with along the lines of that is Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly again. Well, no.
Nah, because that's what I mean. You're picking the wrong guys, because that's like you see him and Kyle O'Reilly in 2016. Like that's again the hard hitting, strong style. Again, these guys we're warriors.
Adam Cole will take care of him though. Now, if he worked with Jericho, for sure, Jericho will take care of him.
Yeah, because again, Jericho can't, can barely.
They about the same pace. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. And then you got to put him around. Like if he does this again, keep him around safe people. He might want to try to get crispy with the moves and try to do something else. Don't put him around nobody young. He can't work with no Dante Martin. And Dante Martin is a safe worker. I'm not saying he isn't safe.
Yeah.
But it's Dante Martin at 25 years old. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I said you said LeBron earlier. Like, do you think how crazy would it be if LeBron just breaks Kareem's record and just retires right after that?
He should. That's how it should be. They not winning the championship. They're a good team. And I told Laker fans before, fickle Laker fans.
That's why we've said they're the worst people on earth, or the second worst people on earth.
They're the second biggest marks. No, they're the first biggest marks. Because I've known them since I was little. So they're the biggest marks on the planet. They've always been that way before social media. They're the number one marks, then Star Wars marks, then Marvel marks, then Wrestle marks. Wrestle marks they bad, but they not as bad.
The Marvel marks ahead of the DC marks. That doesn't make sense.
Because the DC marks are just like incels, and they go off, but you don't really see them because it's not enough content.
Don't really see. Oh my! They hoard the same content over with the Snyder cut. Like, oh my! Like, come on.
Well, circumstances are reality. That's why. So you like what you perceive that you want, you get, and you still want more of it. That's how life works.
The only reason you would say Marvel Marvel. It's because Marvel has the output, and the DC people like they don't like to hear anything's bad. Like, tell us about Wonder Woman 84, and they would be like, "What do you mean Wonder Woman 84 didn't happen, huh?"
Well, also like, because Marvel marks, they hate anything that kind of looks like me, if not darker. Or
what are you saying?
You know, well, they're gonna bash Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Even if it's a bad movie, you don't need to, you don't need to say anything bad, because kind of had to call fuck an audible. They had to change their whole game plan, and to do it and still make the deadline is impressive on its own. So they'll find reasons to hate it, even if it's good.
Know, as you said, those trailers, it looks fucking good. Again, we're only days away now from being able
but
to
they'll find things. They said they mark out for everything Spider-Man. They hate Spider-Man. They hated the first one because of the casting with what's her name, Laura Harrier. Pressure. Yeah, Pressure. They was fine. They was talking about her. I said, yeah, y'all really don't like women.
We'll get into that a little bit later about something else.
Oh no, we're gonna talk about your 10th OG.
But no, I mean, to get back on track, yeah, and that's the thing, it's to have a match like Shibata Orange Cassidy can be done in AEW, given Tony Khan's style of booking dream matches instead of storylines. And again, this is a dream match. Like this man is called the wrestler in Katsuyori Shibata. That was the appeal. Like this guy is going to hit hard, technical. Again, that strong style mentality. Even though he tried MMA and wasn't successful at it, so he basically brought like that style to wrestling. And that was basically the appeal. Like when I first started watching New Japan, or I'd seen just clips, I was like, this guy, I'm a fan of his. Like, because I've always enjoyed, as we talked about in the past, the hybrid style of MMA in wrestling, like Samoa Joe, Kyle O'Reilly, what those guys have been able to do with like holds, kicks, strikes, etc. And to have him have a match, and like I said, hopefully it didn't end up like a Misawa thing. And you and I watched some Misawa matches and can praise how this man was a warrior, and he, in a way, had a warrior's death, which who knows if that's what he wanted or that's just how life works out. Because he could have stepped away, and that's the thing that New Japan, I think, is trying to force Shibata to do, is like, please don't do this, given what's happened. Like, you had a serious injury, you almost died, and this isn't something to just come back. And you can again train guys and take it slow and be cautious, but to have a match in New Japan, at least with the likes of Kota Ibushi, who again is all out, leave it in the ring, nothing else matters. It would just be a shame for him to try to come back on a full schedule given what's happened. But the match was enjoyable. Watching it a second time, it just that initial reaction, like, oh, this doesn't look good. Like you can tell he's rusty, and the comedic spots worked well, and it's just like I said, Orange Cassidy. He's that guy this year. He's one of those guys that's having an incredible run, and it was awesome to see again, given how again 5 years ago. It's crazy to think that happened to Shibata. Just in the moment, it was so surreal. But anything else you want to add before we move on to the next topic?
No, I'm paying attention to you. I'm sorry. I gotta do these notes and stuff. No, yeah, bro. I'm trying to figure out if I want to go very logical with this, or I'll go deep into a pause. It's either it's a pride thing, or it's just this is what I love to do and I'm willing to die for it type situation. And I think it's more so the latter and not a pride. But at the same time,
pride factors in. What I think pride is the factor in it. That's the Tom Brady thing. That's in a way, I think it's what kept driving Derrick Rose after setback and setback and setback. Any guy that's had numerous injuries and kept trying to, push through. Brandon Roy before he finally called it quits. Number of guys in any sport that have had injury after injury with the potential of them being great, but they're just slowed down by the pride of I can still do it, because that flash of like I can drop 23. Derrick Rose had he dropped 55 and he said, I worked my ass off to get to here, and because he had a shitty 5 years prior, and that pride again is what drives you, as it should.
It's that, and this is all I know. So I like the way this works with these conversations because everything circles back. So the same thing with JR. It's like, let's say
True.
in a great world where everything is, peaches and honey, so to speak, if his wife was still here, he would probably still be doing the same thing. But when you a man and it's like, damn, this is all I know how to do, whether shit is good or bad, I'm gonna still keep doing this because this is the thing that keeps me alive. It's like it's passion. We hear the term passion a lot, but you see it. So in the case of Shibata, it's like, damn, I'm training people, but I'm not content with this just because this is what I know to be in a ring come life or death. And it's noble, but then you start thinking to yourself, it's like it's always gonna be an end. Like we talked about these prominent athletes, some of the greatest athletes of all time, like the LeBrons, the Aaron Rodgers, and Brady, even though Shibata is an athlete because pro wrestling is athletic. But
especially over there. Again, that's why his mentality was to hit as hard as he could and to go all out.
Yeah, so it's pro wrestling. You have to be athletic. It's athleticism involved. These are athletes, staged or not. These are athletes. But with these prominent figures in American sports that are known around the world, more so LeBron than anybody else, it's like, year 20. Okay, so I pass up Kareem, but he might still play because it's like I'm a billionaire, but it's only so many places I can go in the world that I've already been 20 times over. It's only so much I can do. I can coach my kids. I can coach other people. But this is all I've known since I was 10, 11 years old. This is all I know right here. So that's 20, almost damn near 30 years of him doing something consistently. It's the same thing with Being when he got hurt, God rest his soul. And he was like, shit, I still want to play. Achilles tear, ACL, whatever. It was Achilles, but fingers broken, stuff like that. You still want to play through it because this is all you know. And then we saw it was an end to it, and he found stuff to do before he unfortunately passed. Some people don't have an outlet.
Yeah, he found a different thing to be passionate about, and that was coaching. And I think that's the thing some guys, or I mean, not just guys, but some people struggle with after leaving their field. Like, so like Shibata can go and train people and still be content, but then there's still that fire within. And some people there's not. Like Derek, that was kind of the point of the Derek Jeter thing. It's like, I loved playing, but when I knew it was up, it was up. I wasn't going to try to force it any longer. And I still don't have. And like someone asked him, it was when he had like a real sports interview, like, when was the last time you picked up a bat? He's like, the last game I played. And like, really? He's like, yeah, I left it behind. Like, I'm done with it. Why am I going to keep carrying it on when I know it's over? And it seemed like this year, that's the thing with Tom Brady. And sure, again, like he can have all the money he has already and the go be a father. I don't want to be a father. Or, the jokes that we've made and all that as a society. But it's that thing where like, you can't let go of what you've done and what you still want to do. Because again, he's saying like, I trained my body this last decade to keep going. Like, so all the sacrifices I made by like eating at this time and working out this way and doing all that just because I was trying to do something that was unheard of and playing football at 46 or whatever his goal was. And still winning. That's the thing. I was still winning games. I was still winning Super Bowls. And you're telling me I should just walk away because I'm old and I got kids and I should be around that. Like, and maybe I can go and be a commentator and all that. But like, it's I'm a football player. Like, that's what I am. Like, it's hard. At some point we'll probably get to that. Believe me. I mean, there have been times like in the last 2 weeks where I felt like the last two BRP episodes, I felt like, oh, like I was bad. Like I was in a slump in a way, but I thought we had a great episode last week. And it's that thing where like sometimes when you're in the slump or when you're on fire, you think I'm unstoppable and like I can keep going and I'm ready for the next one, even though it stays away. But then when you're in a slump, you're like dreading when it comes up, like, oh man, like, yeah, it's tonight. You look forward to, but it's like, again, like when guys like, oh, I don't want to go up and have an at bat because I'm 0 for 3 in my last at bats. Like, come on, I don't want to deal with this.
Yeah,
that mindset is the toughest.
People don't have. Me and you talked about it privately, but fuck it, let's talk about it here. People don't understand that this for us to do it. You know what I mean? Privileged podcasters, as you want to call it. So it did work out well.
It works, yeah. That's what I mean. Like it can be done, believe me, but like you also shouldn't force it. And that's a lot of times I think it's what's happened with us, not just here, but other places where like going in like, I don't know if this will be a good one. and then it ends up not being a good one, or halfway through becomes a good one and you're surprised like, oh, like, and that's just when you deal with life stuff, or just for some reason like the rhythm's not there between the co-host, or if you have a special guest, you know what I mean? And that's when you kind of get them to like, let's kind of wrap this up because it's already dead anyway. Like
sometimes you got to carry the match. You feel me?
Yeah.
I not put myself over. I had to do that a couple times, even recent. So you absolutely right. I think any field that you in, you tend to feel like when you want to be the best or you the best at it, whatever the case may be, it's like, damn, I felt like that game was bad. And then people be like, well, that was a good game. But then you be like, I didn't like my, field goal percentage. I didn't like the shots that I take because I critique everything I do, even though I don't run my plays back. I don't look at footage because I'm in the moment right now. But you start to get tired. Like you've seen me say, and anybody that follows me on social media, they've seen me say, and I'll say it out loud for the general public. Recently, I just felt like in the past month, like, damn, bro, I don't think I'm doing good. I feel like I'm in a slump. But then I think it's the mindset of just keep going, and then because everybody's not going to score 30 points. Hell, you're not going to score 30 points every game. You might go 5 for fucking 20. And it's like, damn, that was horrible. But you just keep playing the game. I think showing up is 98% of the job, if not 99%, and everything else tends to flow. So with us, because we don't do the goofy ass podcast or $200 dates or Twitter topics, that's easy to do. And you got to be creative, consistently be creative all the time, every single week. You tend to be like, shit, bro, I don't feel like doing this right now. Like it seems like at times it begins to feel like a job. But then you'll get to a moment and you start doing it, and it's like, oh, okay, I'm starting to find my rhythm already. But then when you done, it's like, all right, the game is done. Like I can see pro athletes like when they done, like, I don't really feel like doing an autograph right now, even if the game was good, because it took a lot of energy insertion to be able to do what I'm doing. So you're right. Like, we've talked about it on air. We talked about how the things that you've been through this year, not the,
No, that's what it is. Like again, like I could say a couple weeks ago, like I got really down because of something, and then I felt sick kind of like the last week and a half, and that just like like I'd feel good one day, make it through work, and then I get home and just be like dead tired, like I got to record tonight, so I feel like I can't be as on as I'm supposed to be, and I think like, well, I'm still showing up, so maybe I'll be able to find that rhythm halfway through, and then when it's done, like I don't think I did. And that's where like the disappointment gets in. And like I said this when I talked to you and Eve on Wiretap. Shouts out to Black Announce Table Patreon. Is that I'm my own harshest critic. I don't care what anyone else says. If that's a great episode or a bad episode, I'm the one who judges it for myself because that goes into what drives me. If I don't drive me, then nothing else will. And some people can and all that. Whether it's out of spite, like Jerome's comment again, like Brady got revenge in his eyes because he wants to beat Belichick, and that's a good factor. Again, that revenge and vengeance and holding a grudge can only drive you for so long. I am one of those people that can like hold a grudge and be like motivated, like to prove you wrong or to do that. And not that saying that's a negative aspect either, because that's helpful in a lot of ways. I mean, that's kind of in a way of like I'm working out when I do, because like I'm motivated by something. Like I was like someone drove me to get to this place, and it's a motivating factor. Whereas like me on my own, I couldn't motivate myself to go do that, even though I'm like, you probably should. We'll just find different ways to keep going. But as you and I often again talk about podcasting stuff in general. It's more so not just to critique others and what they're doing wrong, but how we want to be different, how we want to do it our way, and this way works for us. We always talk about that. If you don't want to play it that way, don't play it that way, because some people are playing it wrong, but they don't see it. And if they know it, then all right, I ain't gonna try to change it. But what is tough is when you again find yourself in the rhythm and you can't do as much because you're just trying to focus on getting this part done. Like we should also do this and that. We're like, we'll just worry about getting this done first, and then all the other stuff can come after. Because the biggest thing is that life stuff gets in the way, and you gotta always try to push that to the side, and that's the tricky part. Which is the thing again about being an athlete or an artist, and how did that affect you during the game? What's going on? Like the whole the Tom Brady thing is like, is this affecting your game? And it probably could be given how he reacts on the sidelines, but he's also pissed like the defense is coming after me. Like I need help, like catch the ball of that ship. It also, but and it's a tough thing. I mean, I know this is a little bit more serious compared to last week's fun episode, but sometimes you do got to deal with like serious stuff, and that's not everything is all la-di-da-di and fun and games and sunshine and rainbows, all that. It's and winter is coming, folks. It's about to get fucking dark, cold, snowy, and yeah, I mean,
no, it's absolutely everything that you're saying. You just got to find ways to get yourself out of that slump, whatever it may be. I'll see her comment. I'll talk about it. So we're not doing that.
No,
I think Double J's all right.
He won't have that wall much longer. So
right, I think Double J is all right. I know that's your OG Hearts, but he all right. But slap nuts. But nah, he.
Let me talk to you, slap nuts.
Yeah, you could choke.
Hey,
on
Slappy.
You can choke on that. But nah, I like the fact that we being serious. Like I said, I just did something and I was serious, and it shows range. It's like it's a time and a place for everything.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's a time and a place for everything. Every day ain't goddamn sunshine and rainbow, especially in this year. But I can't sit up here and complain. It's just how the fuck, like that's how life go. You're gonna be down here, you're gonna be up here. But when you up here, this motherfucker up here is up here. But when you down here, it feel like you at the bottom. But when you at the bottom, there's no way, nowhere to go but the top. So you just go through it. But
now you can dig that hole a little bit deeper.
But you still got to get out, ain't it? Or you gonna stay at that motherfucker?
You do the and just like fly out there like.
You better be like Superman. Get you a perm. He had a perm in the cartoon. I know they didn't do it. I mean, in the comics, I know he didn't have no perm.
Big perm, I mean, big worm. Like.
Yeah, he had the Lamar Jackson when he came out the tomb. He looked like
talk
Jesus.
about that. Talk about MVP Lamar Jackson showing up to the AEW Dynamite
real quick.
Because that was your highlight of the week.
Oh no, that was because he was standing next to Jay Cargill. I was pissed off.
Well, I think
Can I talk about this real quick? Let me talk about two things and then we go to that. Ken did a phenomenal job on Public Enemies. I want to say that real quick. I like the episode. He did well. I'm waiting for the Ken Lewis podcast to come out because I'm definitely going to subscribe and like him. Ken Lewis is one of my favorite people. I'd be joking, but Ken Lewis, I love Ken Lewis. Second of all, if you get me that, you ain't going to give me shit. Hold on. Let me address this. This is a shoot interview. I'm sorry, brother. Let me put ISO on the screen. I asked you to get me a fucking Sting autograph because I wasn't in town. I asked you to give me a Steve Borden autograph. Sting. What he said. I asked you to get me a goddamn Sting autograph and a Mick Foley autograph. All right. And you didn't give me shit. So why the fuck would I take a Jeff Jarrett autograph? You know?
I'm a little Banksy, want an autograph.
If he said that, I swear to God, I'm gonna throw that away. But I asked her to get it. She didn't even say nothing. I asked her to give me a Tierra James autograph too.
Okay, settle down. What did John Cena say?
You don't want one?
No, what did John Cena say? Remember? Settle down, young man.
Listen carefully, young man.
Yeah, listen carefully. That's it. Yeah, again.
Oh, I thought you said Omega Hard because. Yeah, no, we're gonna set that up.
His Twitter likes say that, or his Twitter follows say that, as we discussed.
Hey, man.
Let me talk.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. We here.
No, go ahead. What you were saying, because it'll kind of segue. Because I watched the movie, but you didn't watch this movie that this man dropped this week.
I hate Ken Lewis. Go ahead.
No, but it's funny how. So there's this movie called The Independent on Peacock, starring Jodie Turner-Smith, the great Brian Cox of Succession.
That's a lot of Cox. Pete Cox and Brian.
Of Succession, and most importantly, X2 fame when he's Stryker. You're an animal, Logan. He was fucking great in that movie. Remember when Wolverine's trying to take them on? It's like Brady's like, don't hurt him. He's like, he was just screaming at Hugh Jackman. But Brian Cox is an amazing actor. Remember the episode that we scrapped last year? Remember we talked about his memoir that he had published, and the notes about him talking shit about people in Hollywood. Famously, Ed Norton, he said he's a nice actor, but he's but he fancies himself a writer director, and that doesn't work. Like he talked shit about Jonathan Pryce in the Pirates of the Caribbean films. He's like, yes, I was offered those, but I thought they were rubbish, or whatever he had said. And he was just throwing fucking shots at people. This fucking 70-year-old, 80-year-old Scottish man. He just, again, it's his character on Succession as Logan Roy. It's just kind of, again, fuck off. Like that's his kind of mindset now. Is like, but he delivers in this movie. This movie like has no money. I don't know like how he even got John Cena to be in it. I guess he wanted to play the role as someone who was running for president, which he is.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. It came out left field. I was like, when did they shoot this?
They definitely filmed this in like 3 weeks.
It's that bad? The production quality?
Yeah, no, it's bad. And what's crazy is there's one scene at the end where it looks like they have a legit budget, and like that's probably all the money they had for that day. But the rest, it's just poor filmmaking. Typical like politics in movies, writing, like the world is, because again it's supposed to take place kind of in real life. Like they mentioned a pandemic and George Floyd, and I'm like, this president is running for re-election, but he's not like a Trump figure. And John Cena's character is a former Olympian who is running for president as an independent. It was just ludicrous, and his whole thing is like it's too good to be true that he is this guy who stands firmly in the middle and is fighting for America, and more or less this kind of mirrors John Cena in real life. Remember, he dropped that PSA a few years ago where he's like, America is us, and it's white, it's black, it's gay, it's straight. He had that amazing PSA where basically what we say at BRP, where we are them, he was preaching, and he's done this, for years and years. When he was US champ, he was kind of doing this the second time when he had the US Open Challenge, because prior to winning that title, he went on Jimmy Kimmel and he cut like a shoot promo about beating Rusev for America. God damn it. And I was like, all right, like, yeah. Like, but in this movie, it's weird. Like I posted a clip of the intro where he literally says, America's time is now. And I'm like, does no one see what's going on? Is that like, I'm like, did he take the role to say their time is up, my time is now? Like, is that was this like an in joke or what?
He was ad-libbing the entire script.
What's funny is like he starts the promo with like, my daughter turned 21, and I'm like, imagine John Cena having a 21-year-old daughter. Like,
he gave Shorty an ultimatum. I mean, obviously she gonna be 21, but he gave her an ultimatum. But what is his haircut? Yo, I'm gonna definitely watch. He swole his shit in his suit.
That's why I'm like, and I'm trying to figure out, like, I think they might have filmed this sometime last year, maybe.
No.
And as we've discussed, he is swole. He's not as muscular as he used to, because you're saying like he's losing that definition. But again, he's an action star now, not a wrestler. So like he'll still be swole to like compare to the average person. But it's like how Batista, when he came back, wasn't Batista in 2007.
Yeah, they shot it November 2021.
That's what I was about to say. Like I think it's when he was been shooting Argyle, because he was in Europe, in England a lot of it last year, and Brian Cox is English. I think Jodie Turner-Smith is English as well. Or Brian Cox is Scottish, or but yeah, it definitely seems like a movie that was filmed overseas but is about America, which is when he broke it out in Furious 7. That was dope though, because they did a whole camera trick of like, and he in the rundown he fucking choke slams a dude, and it's like an NFL lineman. Is the rundown his best movie, as I've discussed prior. But no, yeah, and you can kind of tell like he's still trying to get comfortable as an actor. Like he's phenomenal as Peacemaker, as we've discussed throughout this year, and will be for the end of the year episode. But in this movie, you can kind of see like he's still learning a bit, because he has some great scenes and some like, oh, he's kind of like rushing, or that could have been delivered a little bit better. But also the dialogue in this movie is atrocious a lot of the time. So he's doing the best he can.
Yeah, and the script was written in 2013.
Yeah, which I'm like, well, they probably rewrote some of, like I said, given how they address a pandemic and all what's been going on. And like I said, it's just a bad movie, and it's way too long. It's an hour 47. I was like, God damn, like we could have cut 20 minutes out of this movie.
Yeah. I know me. If it's that bad within like 20 minutes, I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
No, it's bad. And I was on my phone majority of the time waiting for him to come back on screen. But like I said, Brian Cox showed up to act. I act. There's a T in there. Like that's Brian Cox in this movie. It's like, what? Like,
how many times you gonna say Cox? God damn, bro.
That's the man's name.
Just say Brian, something. Peacock and Cox don't mix.
He delivers in this movie, and I'm like, you don't have to try that hard. Again, like this this is scrimmage, man. This isn't a game. Like,
nah, he a British actor. He going all out.
They can make no plays off
at all. They don't play when it comes to these movies. They don't care if it's like a goddamn blockbuster or Miramax film or something. They're gonna go off.
This movie, well, it's a Sky, again, it's a British production, and it has Relativity Media, which was like a movie it was a studio that like spent more money than they actually had, and they were buying actors things to try to, you know, not blackmail them, you know what I mean? Like perks, like, hey, if you start this movie, I'll buy you a horse. And they apparently bought a woman a horse once or something. I remember hearing that once on a podcast. Like, I think to get Kate Bosworth in a movie, they bought her a horse to entice her. That's a better word. But yeah, I think he took this movie to play the president because, you know, The Rock's hinted about being the president. And John Cena, I think maybe there's a little, not diss in that way, but you know what I mean? I think he's like, yeah, it'll be funny if I play like the president in a movie. And again, given how he's the size that John Cena is, like, how is this man going to be a president? Well, he's a former decathlete running for president. Like, let's make it a little bit more realistic. Like, no guy looking like John Cena just ran, because if he did, he'd get all the votes.
Yeah, you know what? That's funny. This is the counter to Young Rock, probably.
No, I don't think in a negative way, but you know what I mean? I think it's not like The Rock is going to run for president. Like, what maybe like drove John Cena, like, you know what? It'll be funny if I play the president, you know. And again, it's a serious role. He tries to be charming a little bit, but I think he wanted to show his acting range on a different side where he didn't have to like punch someone and all that. Because he's just a guy in a suit a lot of this movie. It does make me think, like I've said, I think for a year and a half now, that he will be the person to play Vince McMahon in a movie. He should do it because he could totally pull it off.
Oh, Vince McMahon gonna shed one tear like an Indian if that happened.
That's what whoa.
I'm sorry, Native American.
Yeah. Whoa, pal. Whoa.
I don't. Hey, man, listen. They ain't here. I don't think they're gonna be upset. What?
They ain't here?
North Dakota. That's it.
Okay, you know what? No.
And the casinos in Mississippi.
Scrap this. All of
Bruh,
this. No.
What you think gonna shed one tear on this episode? I'm sorry, yo. I know I could. You
didn't know. You didn't know.
Bro, I ain't seen a Native American since 2017. And she had to tell me. She was like, I'm Native American. I said, ain't this a bitch? I thought you was George Lopez. I want to apologize.
You are the worst person I've ever met. You know that?
I want to apologize to all three of the Native Americans.
Oh my God. You make it worse every week.
It's actually your fault.
My fault? What am I doing?
Yeah. They supposed to be here chilling, eating sun chips.
Why sun chips? I like sun chips.
You want to talk about this?
I've seen The Best Man. We talked about this once briefly. Like, did he have a right to be mad? Morris Chestnut have a right to be mad at Taye Diggs in The Best Man, in your opinion?
It's me. So do you want my answer?
Yeah. I asked you, didn't I?
It's other ones. That's what I would have told Morris.
No, the whole thing is, again, he was cheating on her and all that. He was the ladies' man and then finds like the good Christian girl who had never been with anyone, but she actually had been once. So like, that's the thing, we're like shaming, like, look in the mirror, like,
you can go marry that a hoe. What's that?
No, I'm just.
What's that Randolph said? He said, "I buried a hoe."
He did say that once, right? Yeah.
During the pandemic.
NBA players in their tweets, like,
he had a moment of clarity during the pandemic, like everybody else. He was like, "You know what? I married a hoe." He ran out his house saying it. Big folks ran out the house saying it. I married a hoe.
I don't think. I don't think Morris Chestnut's character had a right to be mad, given what was going on. I understand, but still, I don't think he had the right to be mad.
I would have shook his hand, like, for sure. How was it?
I want to shake your hand.
Did you wash it first? Like,
What?
hold on. I know that smell.
Oh, like no.
I
But
know that smell.
the bigger question is Sanaa Lathan versus Nia Long, right? Like, who should Tay Diggs, like, did he make the right decision or did he make the wrong one?
I mean,
Because that's a real like conundrum right there.
I would have chose Regina Hall. That scene changed my life.
well, that's the obvious. Look at, so they got mad at man falling in love with a stripper, but meanwhile, me and Ecstasy like, you're gonna blame me? Like,
hey, bro, listen.
that's the most realistic thing I've ever seen in a movie. Is that?
I knew that day she was different. I'm still a fan.
Well, you are Terrence Howard's character in that movie. The women outnumber us in this world, man. They
Thank you. They are too. I'll wife one up.
we'll get to her loss a little bit later. We'll get to her loss a little bit
later.
later.
A couple hoes. That's besides the fact. But we don't shame. I knew that day she was different. You feel me? She gonna be in a new series. So the series that Rome is talking about is The Best Man Vacation, I think is what it's called. And this takes place, if y'all seen the second movie or you haven't, I don't want to spoil it for y'all, but a prominent character isn't there anymore. And just because I don't want to talk about it, just because it's not a good time right now to talk about that, how she went out. So they just decided to go on a vacation, just to get the pain away, which I understand. I don't know the whole plot. They got under wraps like it's a fucking DC or Marvel movie for some reason, but it's like, all right. All I know about the movie is, speaking of Tay Diggs, legend, he just out with April Jones, fine ass, and they be having fun. April Jones
wasn't he doing dances on TikTok like during the pandemic? What the fuck was he doing?
No, he's still doing it now. He
now while filming the worst TV show of all time in All American, like
he running it up. He got a hashtag good woman. You feel me? Speaking of marrying a hoe, he got a hat respectfully because I want next. He got a hashtag good woman now, April Jones. You feel me?
Who's next?
Fun.
I'm next.
Oh, you're next on my list. Like a Marion little ass couldn't keep up, so she switched up. Okay. You feel me? Lil Fizz, I guess he was tired of her. I don't know. But they on vacation now. So Regina Hall is on vacation. Listen, that's the type of vacation I want to go on. I don't care if we go.
Here we go.
I don't care if we go to Iowa. I'm trying to go on vacation with Regina King to Iowa.
Regina Hall, damn it. I mean, Regina King isn't bad either. So,
thank you, Ron.
Still, he shut the fuck up, trucker game. Right? I know that you like.
That's how we all got cool. I was like, yeah, you like All American? I like All American.
That is the. Oh,
no, that's
God,
after we got cool.
That's why the pandemic was the worst. Y'all were like, All American, All American. I'm like, this shit is trash. Like.
And that was like, we almost out the pandemic, so that was last year.
Episode 5, that she's like, he might be our brother after they were in the hot tub. That's when I was like, no, I'm done with this show. No, I am done. No.
And the sister bad too, so I'm like, oh shit.
So no, don't do the.
No, I ain't Kevin Gates.
Oh, sure you ain't. Sure.
No, crazy. I ain't trying to have a kid come out with one eye.
You God damn it.
About to go worse.
See, this is the serious. This is how you know winter is coming, and we are in the dark place right now. We are in a fucking dark place.
Thank you, Ken. You got to come through, bro. We're gonna talk about that.
But speaking about hoes,
let's just talk about hoes.
It was delayed last week because, let's face it, Rihanna was dropping a song. Drake was like, she's dropping a song. I'm moving this album. I know they said 40 had COVID. I'm not saying he didn't. I'm just saying this man saw she was dropping a song and backed out. You gonna tell me I'm wrong?
No, I had a very bad joke.
Don't.
Yeah, I had a very bad joke.
So her loss was pushed to this past Friday, as in 2 days ago. And I like it. I think it's great. Of course, I'm a Drake fan, but I'm not really a big 21 Savage fan. I do enjoy them as a duo. And to me, like, I enjoy all these songs. There's not a bad song on it. The production's amazing. That's my favorite part about it. But it has sparked some controversy. You weren't looking forward to this at all. This was your hard fucking pass the minute it was announced.
I'm old.
Is that your biggest thing with it?
Dog, I can't relate to that type of music because I have no hairline. That's hairline music, number one. Number two, I can't relate to it just because it's like
Hey, Peg Bundy. Yeah.
Oh,
Peg.
You gotta stop. You gotta stop. It's an inside joke. It's funny, but you gotta stop, bro. Just I told you what to do, all right? Just you gotta stop. Leave that woman alone. But nah, it's just you feel me? It's hairline music. And then number two, it's like, dog, I don't have women problems. You know how
that's the biggest lie you've said this hour. For a month and a half, you have been crying to me about this woman, that woman, this woman, that woman. No. And I am second. Like, no. So you can totally relate to this.
Stop.
Oh, now you're playing drops. See, look at well, it's the bank show.
But I don't make this type of music for that. You know what my women problem music is?
What is it?
Benny the Butcher.
Oh my god! So you can scare them away?
Exactly. Like Bodie James is how that's how.
Yeah, that's why. That's the one thing when I
don't say shit, dog.
No. I was gonna say
like Bodie James.
No, when I sent you that those lyrics and you get, oh god, I'm like, what? Just because they fucking Bodie James, it ain't good. I was legit gonna say that back to you, and I knew. See, this is how I know you're again tag team partner. I'm like, what? Just because they ain't Bodie James with that lyrical miracle, like you ain't fucking.
Yeah, it ain't talking about selling dope or putting the packs in her backpack.
You ain't doing that. You can't relate to that either. I mean, unless you know.
Yes, I can. I deliver stuff.
Speak on it.
I deliver with. I can't say the company. I deliver with, you know what I mean, a big company. They like crack dealer, the biggest crack dealer in the world.
Okay, here you go.
You know who he is.
All right.
He dealing legal crack. So I work for boss. I take the package. Boss, your heads look like mine, but I ain't got the money like you. So let's keep going because I don't want to give out where I work. And I'm in a prominent
Amazon.
Well, now you about to get me lined up because I'm in a prominent city. They're gonna be like, that's that one podcaster. They ain't gonna know who I am.
Oh, here you go. Now you admit that you famous. Here you go.
Yo, somebody ever stop me at work and be like, hey, you base or base versus Davis? I might think they the feds. I'm like, I'm about to what Kate I said. Yeah, no. If somebody ever recognized me for doing podcasting, I'm gonna be like, hey, what Kate I said in Narwhal?
That's what happened in Dallas. What do you mean?
No, they knew you. They knew you in BRP.
Shut up, I get sick of going fucking.
That's what I'm saying.
Waves for the 8th time in the last 10 minutes.
He got the Akon kit. Bro, that's what I'm saying. We can't, you feel me? Us and Drake, like the album is good. Don't get me wrong, but I can't relate to it.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. One, do you think he can relate to it?
Who, Drake?
Yeah.
He does, so I don't think he should be talking about that at this point.
Because there were some good tweets. Again, everyone knows, obviously, my GOAT, my favorite artist, Drake. Wow. However, I do think some of the tweets I've seen that are criticism of this are pretty good. It's that thing
criticism because all I seen people was doing the same song and dance.
No, some people are like, this sounds like Drake cosplaying as something he's not. Again, obviously, like this.
So his whole career.
Well, that's the thing, right? Is like this man is who is this man? Do we even know? Like, right?
Fonte's little brother.
Well, that's what you and fan would say.
I still got it. God damn it. That was a fire punchline.
And then he became, again, the sensitive guy, right? Which got all the criticism. Then he tried to become like, Future with What Time to Be Alive. And then he went back to, like, I'm this sing-songy guy, but I'm going to rap to show you that I can rap hard. And I'm about bars because that's the biggest criticism I get from the old heads or people who say, like, I'm not a rapper, I'm a singer and all that. Or an R&B artist instead. And, I think he's been trying to address that the last 6 years in his way. Like, you and I talked about Honestly Nevermind. I thought it was all right at first, but it's grown on me. And again, I don't listen to house, but the lyrics in it are, again, it's typical Drake. It's that sad boy shit. And the production on that's good, but it's not as good as the production on this to me. But that was him trying to do something different because he can, as he's shown us time and time again with who he's linked up with, the type of genres he's experimented with over the years. And I think he just, again, wanted to get away from rapping, but he did the Jimmy Cooks song at the end just to like throw a bone to people so they would not be as upset given how they thought, oh, this shit's trash. This isn't even house music. Or what's he trying to do? He's actually trying to sing and do this. Like, no, like, and who's going to dance to this? Ain't no one dancing to this sad shit. So he always has to combat these accusations, as Rick Ross would say. So he comes out with this whole, like, I'm going to rap and again be like, you know, oh, that woman hater. He's a woman hater. That's what this whole album is, right? Like,
yeah, but you can't drop this album when you had an S curl last week doing Goose.
And again, that's why I can't defend it. That's the thing where like now he, because of certain lines in listen, it's rap. I don't like what he said either. If it, because there are conspiracy theories now or rumors that it's not even about Meg. Well, it is like it's not even about Meg the Stallion, blah blah blah. It's like, listen,
I don't think it's about her, but her ego is so huge she makes it about herself. That's what I'll say on this podcast.
But you could see why she would think it's about her, like the way it.
She always thinks somebody talking about her. Go to court so we can talk about.
Doesn't I mean, like look at like.
Hey Eddie, I'm gonna say it. Fuck it, we here. I don't care.
She could be the 10 on mute, as he says, but people thought it was Ice Spice. It could be both. It could be anyone. I mean, like,
well, Ice Spice is along the age of women he like.
That's the other thing. It's like,
you feel me? So with her, what's the best way I can say this? Like I tell somebody, my good brother Eddie, listen, in Houston, she bought a 5.
Oh God, here you.
She looked good, but I didn't seen that in Houston on steroids. You feel me? So you know what I mean. She looked good, but she just make everything to be about her. And it's not for me to bash her. I know it's not for me to bash her, but at the same time, I'm saying accusations. Yeah, that's him in a nutshell. Because he always said he wanted to be an R&B singer, so that's him. You feel me being beige. So there you go.
Yeah, I think he for years had been asked when are you gonna do an R&B album? He's like, I can do both. Why do you want me to stay in one lane when I can do multiple? Like, quit trying to pigeonhole me as just an R&B guy. And then now it was like he wanted to rap, and he wanted to rap like bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks, right? Like he wanted to bring that back to the modern day. Like,
but I always say he Uchi Wally or One Mic. Like, where are we going, bro?
No, I think that's the main criticism isn't this the guy who just a year ago was the certified lover boy? But even then, what was that, as we discussed? To me, that album was one thing at first, and then it seemed like it shifted into something else. Because in that, you're crying over the women that you want to move on from. Again, to race my minds, to get along better with your friends. The the first half also is no friends in the industries, and you know, but again, he's the guy that gave us Way Too Sexy last year, and that's for the flip side. So, and even that's like a piss take on him being the comedian he is. Because let's get to the part where like the rollout for this was amazing. Like he tricked people with a tiny desk skit. He tricked people, even though it was obviously a fake, but that Howard Stern interview. And then last night he drops this amazing SNL style music video with Michael B. Jordan of all people doing the intro. And again, like he played this game to mock everyone. I think that's what we talked about with Honestly Nevermind, is that the machine is sentient. He is so self-aware now, which is why I think he'll do the duck face and the hair and ain't I a bad bitch? Ooh, but I'm going to be talking about fuck these bitches, huh? And then you're still going to listen, because at the end of the day, people still listen. They got upset over a line, but they still listen. That's where he'll win. He'll always win. He dominated a whole day and a half. Because people watched wrestling all morning and then college football at night yesterday. So like he dominated Thursday night to Friday night. Like it was, again, it's the Drake show, as it always is.
Hey man, his cousins is deleting all Kanye music, and they just gonna run his streams up even more being Drake. The kid is untouchable, as Dot said, and it's true, obviously.
Yeah.
He's very much untouchable, but they're going to erase Kanye from history and Drake. It's like what we talked about last week. People are going to forget about Pac, maybe. Drake ain't going to never be forgotten because somehow he keeps himself relevant in some type of way. Like we talking about the duck face thing, and in this day and age, something that's being posted, you'll forget about it within hours. He's done this several times in the past couple of months, and we like, but then he'll make music like this. Maybe it's a method to the madness. I don't know. But at the same time, after this, I want him to sit the fuck down. There's 3 albums in the past year. They, other than Honestly Nevermind, the albums have been cool. It's just not for me. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm old. Not old, but I can't relate to what Buddy talking about. He too fucking rich. I can't relate to this type of talk.
That is that's the whole
this type of talk dealing with women. Like, bro, I work jobs. All right. I can't send them off on planes and pay for Hermes bags and shit like that. Best thing I could do is
you want some bags, as I said.
Hey baby, you want some Chick-fil-A? That's the best I could do for you.
I can get you a Hermes bag, not a Hermes bag.
Yeah, I can take you to Dave and Custer's. I can do that.
But and that's I think the other part. And I'm just listening to all the things that knocking him because people again, it's when you're at the top, people want you to fall. And he hasn't fallen yet. Like again, he was Teflon with
this is John Cena run, 10 years.
Yeah. 10 what he had that 10-year strong shirt. And he had his better years after that. He had the summer 2015 and 2016 to be like, I'm fucking wrestling now. Like I ain't done yet. Like,
and maybe Drake might get on some lyrical miracle shit. Like I like when he get on his lyrical miracle shit because he do for rap.
See, that's final form. And maybe at the end of the day, is he just probably the best actor that there ever was for rap? Again, given how he started with being an actor on the grass, and then he is able to morph into, like, again, to bring it back to like wrestling in New Japan, like the young boy of YCMB, and like he breaks up and he like, my own sound is this, take care of stuff, not so much the thank me later, but this and what I want to do going forward. And then nothing was the same. He had the whole hype machine. Like that album was hyped that entire year because of the success of Take Care. Again, he got a Grammy off it. He got a legit trophy to parade. And like, I am now this guy. I am next up, the chosen one.
Mm-hmm.
And then he can do, again, the surprise drop of If You're Reading This, It's Too Late. And then What a Time to Be Alive. In the middle, there's a beef with a guy that he bodied. And then what's that guy do now? It's like, who knows? But he unfortunately ended that man's career in a way. But who am I to judge?
You talking about Quentin Miller?
No, I'm more so Meek Mill, but you know what I mean.
No, Meek just out here kissing billionaires.
He wasn't the same after that, is what I'm saying. Like
he doing duck lips too. Talking about, you thought I was feeling you? Like, huh?
And then he again hypes up views, and that what did the people do? They said it was terrible. Like this guy hyped this album up for 2 years, and now he had the great merch that we didn't talk about, honestly, but never mind. Where it's like he puts like his album cover and it says, "I liked your old stuff better," and then he has the one shirt that says "Views was actually good," because again, it's the MJF thing. Like years from now, people will say I was a better worker than I was at the time, and I know you hate it, but that's his whole thing. Again, what's the MJF thing? He's an actor. Is he actually a wrestler, or is he just an actor? Because he can get on the mic. Yeah, he can get on the mic and talk, and then he can play wrestler when he actually has to have a match. But there are these moments where like, man, this guy can wrestle, right? Like him and Darby Allin at Full Gear last year.
I remember when it was just 10 years ago and he was on the couch with Rosie O'Donnell.
It was more than 10 years ago.
Yeah, no, he's still the same height as he was back then, but still.
Okay, don't do that.
I wanted to be an actor. I wanted to be a wrestler. I'm like, I remember that. That was you.
And then he has, again, more life. He invents, and in the meantime, he's just dropping songs to Drake Lucy's, which is how he can do Care Package. And before that, there's Scorpion and the tour that he goes on with the Migos. And that's like them at the height of their powers at the same time. Like these guys are running it. Like Culture 2 is happening. Scorpion, the double album where it's like, I just was in this beef with, again, a lyrical miracle rapper, a coke rapper, and Pusha T, and I got outed. It seemed like he had taken the first L with this hiding a child stuff, and he isn't the man we thought he was. And the pictures that Dot keeps posting about him in blackface, like people don't forget. Like,
yeah, that's why I knew he was Teflon, because he did that. And then somebody said recently, they was like, "Why is he Teflon?" And they showed a picture of him at his bar mitzvah, and they was like, "Yep,
yeah, he's built to not lose, or at least not lose long term. Again, like John Cena can take an L to Kevin Owens. He's going to get 2 wins back. Like, that's how the game works. Like, he'll lose to Roman Reigns, but like, he'll be, 16-time world champion at the end of the day. Like that's, and I'm not just saying that because again, I'm such a huge fan, but I see the criticism again. Like he's how old now, rapping about women again. Like I said, unfortunately, a lot of these women are young in a way of like borderline, but
about 21 ish. That's why he probably did it with Savage. I don't know, but they be around that same age.
It's the
Ice
DiCaprio
Spice
thing.
ain't she about what, 22, 23, something like that?
I thought she was younger. Yeah.
Let me see.
But I think it's like that DiCaprio thing, and it seems like he wants to mirror him like that, not just because the infatuation they both had with Rihanna, but like I'm gonna be this guy that as I get older, the women say the same age, and my work is gonna speak for itself. Like people will say, "Oh, that Leo movie wasn't as good," but then you know what? Actually, that was a good Leo movie. Like who knows if people will say, "Don't Look Up" was actually better than it was 3 years from now when it came out last year. I don't think it was, but I think he's kind of on that path again. Childhood stardom and how do you remain relevant? Leo got his Oscar. But the work itself, like I said, I mean, all the songs, I mean, everyone on opening night just was infatuated with Spin Value, and rightfully so. But in Circo Loco, again, given how it has the problematic line, it's a great song, and it has the One More Time by Daft Punk, which like the use of that is just kind of insane to me. And even
somebody else told me that. I said I didn't really listen to the album as much as I should have, and I need to do that because I'm like, I didn't catch that.
And even then, I wonder if that's a bit like another shot at Kanye because he has the whole like I made peace just because Jay Prince said so, and then
it is
that is true. But I mean, again, do you think? No, say it.
You know what's so funny? Somebody said, "What if Kanye doing all this anti-Semitic shit because he just mad at Drake?" Oh, it's tax.
No, I saw that tweet too. I saw that tweet too. Yeah, some.
I said, God damn. What if he right? What if he doing all because he? But you gotta hate. You gotta hate somebody like
to be like I hate the whole race, the whole religion.
You gotta be on some. I really don't like you to say that about a whole, group of people. Like that's kind of wow.
That's the like hate forever that you gotta kind of respect a little bit. Like again, when it's beef forever. Like
we'll pull up on them. It's the same thing with Dot's favorite podcasters. It's like if they got problems with each other, pull up on each other. They in the same range. One of them in Jersey, the other one is in Bronx. Go pull up.
That was the thing that 21 says. Like, how's your op still alive? Like,
yeah. And I ain't saying like this ain't the time for that type of shit.
No. I know. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm not saying that because of what you just said, but
that's the funny thing. Is like you hear what 21 Savage is rapping over, like, and Drake again is like, is he trying to this version? I am the guy with the mask and the gloves. I am. Like,
why he got? Never mind, I'm about to.
No, say it.
Why he still rapping about? We here. Fuck it. Why he still rapping about Triple X? Like, dog, we know at this point what happened. He stays taking subliminal shots. Yeah, it's the third eye. He stay taking subliminal shots at Triple X. I'm like, dog, that kid been dead for a while now. You could just let it go.
Which one was the shot at him?
What's the bar? Somebody posted it on Twitter. I don't remember the bar, but I'll look it up. But he's done it a couple times.
I mean, the one about
like he did on Sicko Mode. Out like a light.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, and that's around the same time. It's like, damn, bro, like, okay.
Well, he had brought, like, the thing that reemerged from this was the cha-cha slide thing, right? And how he took, drum?
Yeah, he said he got a drum, like, drum, whatever. No disrespect. I like him. He had a gray on that drop last year. He talked about like him getting jumped. Like, damn, bro, why you doing that to cha-cha?
He beat me up. like
who brag about beating the cha-cha man up?
Well, that's the whole story. Like they with detail, right? And when he was on 305 Vice City, like they said that Chubbs beat his ass. Like this guy rolls with dudes who like fuck you up. Then they say that happened with McConan as well. After he like choked. Oh, I'm not.
Yeah, that's a hate crime too.
I'm not laughing because I knew you were going there, but it's accurate too. I hate you so much.
Maybe that's why he's doing them pictures because he's trying to make up. No.
God, I fell for it. I fell for that. Like,
Yeah, the album was good. He calls himself Shelly now because I think that's his shoot name.
no, that he announced he was going back to Dram, like in a tweet this year or something like that.
Yeah, he switched his shoot
You
name
don't know who
because
you are.
yeah, he did that because of his mom's, and like I said, I'm gonna leave that alone. But now he going back to Dram.
Either way, but like famously, he like it was Cha Cha Slide remix that and then became Hotline Bling.
Yeah, both are great songs.
Well, that goes back again. Is this guy just a thief? Because the Quentin Miller thing, like you brought up earlier. That's what I'm saying. Is he just an actor playing the role?
Boy, I wish it was stuff I could say. I can't
say it.
No, sir. We won't have a podcast again. But it's like, all right.
Say it. That's
no,
why they're here.
We can't say it.
Say it.
You want me? No.
You
Hold
a
on.
pussy.
Let me put the group chat. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna be that today. Yeah, let me put in the group chat. No,
then I'll read it.
You read this, ain't no more podcast. That's why it's kind of borderline that this ain't the time right now. Yeah, we can't play them. Can't play them games at all, bro. You won't even. Nobody have a long-term career. Hey, they'll get people out their own job. All right. So
I did want.
It happened in the industry all the time about people stealing stuff. All right. So if he quote unquote took Hotline Bling because it was supposed to be just like not a parody song, but it was just supposed to be like a remix. But he didn't expect it to blow the fuck up and become one of the most popular songs in history, one of the greatest pop songs ever.
That's the thing. It's like, you mean to tell me
you don't know what's gonna land? This stuff that we done, I'm like, damn, that took off. It's stuff I've done on other podcasts. I'm like, damn, that took off. Like, you don't know what's gonna take off. And the thing is, Cha Cha was a prominent song. Like, the shit slapped. The little Super Mario. I like the one with the Super Mario sample before the final version. And then we came up with Hotline Bling. I'm like, yo, this song is phenomenal. It's legit one of my favorite songs ever. And it went crazy.
Yeah.
And Views is his most popular album ever.
I've always said like the toughest thing to me is like, is that the best album? I would say yes. Given how it aged, but at the time I was like, people hate this? Like, why? Like
Commercial, it's his biggest album. I think One Dance did that shit done went multiple times platinum. Hotline Bling, I think went diamond. Fucking
and the way the way he experimented like outros of certain song and how he sounds like there. I think it's maybe it might be in Rich Flex or in Major Distribution. Like the way he uses his voice, like it to be high on purpose. You know what I mean? Like that type of sound he does well, but doesn't do it often. And I wish he would, but like the way this, I see he plays with the beat switches so well. Him and 21 as well. Like, and it to me, it did seem like, because I think you had brought up when we talked about Honestly Nevermind that at the time he said, I have another album in the works and another Scary Hours pack, right?
Yeah, so I think he got something else left. Him and the other Zach Levine looking genetic guy, being J. Cole, supposed to be dropping a song because they did a video. No, Jodeci freestyle is phenomenal. So don't do that. They
not because of J. Cole.
The fuck? He went off on that shit.
That man had to retract what he said on that song. He a fucking
because it's wild.
Because he's fake again.
J. Cole, one of the best rappers out right now, if not the best. He be snap. Look, it took me a minute to get him his props. He be snap.
I do like 2014 Forest Hills Drive, but he's a fake.
Shit. You don't listen to women rappers as you should. Don't listen to women's rappers.
Okay, now you
name me your favorite women rappers.
I don't listen, but I don't listen on purpose.
Nobody listens to women rappers, not even women. They listen to singles because women don't like albums; they like singles.
Okay, here you go.
Am I lying?
Mister, I know women, even though I don't got them banks.
How many times do they FRED, whatever the fuck that song is? And that's a hashtag good woman. But how many times they listen to that? You ain't heard them say no other song, and she got a fire song with Duke Deuce. She has a great song with Duke Deuce, and that girl can rap. But they always
you ain't never
FRED. That's all you hear.
No, but the other thing, and I know this because I saw you like a tweet that this had infuriated you was
I just look at her covers and her IG.
So the song with Travis Scott.
Fuck Travis Scott.
That's what I mean. When the beat, why does he only rap on the one kind of beat?
Because
Can
he
you
don't
explain
rap.
that?
He's fucking horrible. He's one of the worst artists I ever
Yeah.
heard in my life. Like his beats is great. That's it. Like, but now they're co-produced with other people. Like the only reason why I like
No. He has to show up to the song like, Travis, we gotta be like, no. I brought my own. Like,
no, it's co-produced with 20 other people. He bring his little punk ass stance.
and that's what I mean. But it's like it's his own that he manufactured because the Kanye West thing, like we are a factory, we are a team. Kanye West is a team. Travis Scott is a team. But like he brings that beat to every song. It's the same fair trade where like and it switches up. Like I've heard this before.
He good with the drums. That's all he brings to the beat is the drums. Like Astroworld, I like it because it's different. I'm gonna listen to the new album, but it's like, dog, I don't listen. He makes music for kids that eat Takis for breakfast. All right, that's who he makes music for.
Damn.
And Team Jordans. That's who he makes fucking music for, bro.
Okay, now that's getting racist.
I didn't say Antonio name.
But he saved people's lives, Banks.
Who?
Just like Kid Cudi saved people's lives. God, now we're getting real.
Yeah,
now we're getting real.
You be pitching it.
Dark Davis, Dark Banks. Last week we were New Banks and Davis. This week we're Dark Banks and Davis. Like
people gotta stop doing that because
we're her lost. We're like with the ski mask up. Whatever.
People gotta stop doing that because I'll be ready.
No, let's do it. We here. Like
I'd rather not my life be saved if I had to listen to Travis Scott and Kid Cudi every day. I'm good.
It literally just gets tiring after a while. That's what I had said when we talked about Certified Lover
She
Boy.
went to in the alley. I went to the sky. Yeah. And I hit it right. Okay. It's lit. Fucking one of the worst artists I ever heard in my life. He's not a good person either, so I can give a fuck about Travis Scott. He the reason why I slander Houston besides the women. One of the reasons
that I made sure to take a screenshot of this. What did he say in the one Drake? He said a major distribution. I'm in level of Houston, Dallas, Austin, and I said I've been to one of the three, and I understand what you are saying, sir. Like,
and Austin is third. It go Houston women, Dallas, Austin.
But yeah.
So we're not lying to you as it relates to women. That's the only good thing. Houston.
I only have the experience of Dallas somewhat. That woman is
go to Houston for 2 days and leave. That's all you got.
Like I said, I'd probably die.
Why?
I don't mean.
So if I didn't pay the $250, them kids would be here still. When I was
so you just did.
What?
You did pay it?
No, this is a couple of years ago. This is 2017.
Oh, okay.
Shouts out to that.
I misunderstood.
Like, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a shoot when it come to me. No pun intended.
No, I thought you were saying.
Yeah. No, not the situation that happened to me. That wasn't me.
No, not that. No.
Yeah. The missile did not launch properly. You feel me? NASA.
However, that is like, was it the child?
Okay, guess what? I got something for you. Hold on.
Okay, don't do that.
Yeah, I got something for you.
We are about to stomp you out when we see you down, and those glasses are going to be crooked, this way, like how in movies when guys the glasses get beat up, like they showed me, like
he already looked like Thomas Hearn when Martin got beat up by Thomas Hearn permanently. He definitely gonna look like that.
Man,
baby, I don't want to fight no more.
But yeah, the like I said, when he was on Fair Trade last year, like the initial version of Fair Trade by Drake sounded good, but then like again it switches into a Travis Scott song halfway through, and that's when I came with the theory, like, is this an album about Kanye West in terms of like him making a Kanye West album with all the extra guests and verses and all that and who were on it, and then the back half is definitely more of a Drake thing. But with this, it purely just sounds like I think it's just a role now. Again, he was the guy who loved women and worshipped them.
He loved.
No, I'm like that was the role for like the past decade. I think this decade now is like I'm tired of these women again. Which is why like You hoes already know. Like, it's just why he's again. It's like I'm sick of them. Like, it's. I think that's the role
if
now
I
going
had his
forward.
money, switch the game plan up. Hire someone that don't speak English, bro. Go to Asia. Go to the DR. Fly him in. Like, dog, when you got that much money, you shouldn't complain about winning problems.
No, that's the thing. Once you have all the money, that's the only thing you can complain about, because you can't complain about having no money because you got it all.
Well, switch it up. Stop talking to the ones in the States. Go do something else. But like, man,
he been over. Like, how do we know Georgia Smith?
Point taking. We'll fly them in. They got the all-star light skins.
Okay,
they got the all-star mulattoes.
You don't gotta take it that far. You
Ella May, Georgia Smith. Do I need to keep going? Cleopatra Coleman. It's a couple of them I can name, boy. The one from the Mortal Kombat movie last year with them Yiddies. That's what I'm saying. They got all of them over there.
Yiddies, and you say that this music's too. I'm too old for this music, and you're saying Yiddies. You, hey, fellow kids, that's you.
Yeah, like dog. So they got all of them over there.
You know what? Let's again, I like the album a lot. It will definitely be on my my best of the year as we are approaching again. Like, sorry, I haven't watched fucking Andor. I haven't watched Shield. There's so much shit again like that. I don't know if I'll watch the Best Man show. I mean,
I am. It's for the bitches. Shall I play the drop? Like, it's for the bitches. The old
was this album still supposed to be for women? Because this was the man that made Nice for What?
It's not for women. He made bad nigga bitch music, and I don't even say that word.
Can you repeat the question?
Like, and I don't even say the word. Which word? The N word. I don't even say that, but that's who he made it for. He made it for dudes, especially the Persian or Armenian dudes that be riding around. They go.
My friend. That's the thing. The dude at the end of
they the ones that say the word more than anybody. They do their little UFC and still get their ass beat out in Willing Hills.
The dude at the end of On BS with my friend in Paris. I'm like, is this French Van? I know Van said he wanted to go to France. Is this him? Like,
nah, it wasn't, bro.
We do it for the city. Like, I'm Birdman in this.
Did he sound like Childish Gambino? Because that's how Van sound.
Don't do that.
He do. Hey, man, what's up?
Don't do. You were saying I sound like this, and then you did the whoa, what's up with it? I'm about to do something stupid. That's how I sound. You made me sound like when The Rock was impersonating John Cena. I'm about to spit something stupid. Like, Ricka.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, I am Birdman in France.
I don't know how women look at France. I ain't never seen no French women.
Amale, who was on NXT UK, remember?
Oh, yeah, let's go.
Shut the Paris.
Because I done tweeted her a couple times. I know she has no idea what I be saying. I be speaking in my dialect. She don't be having no clue, but she be liking it. I'm like,
Mademoiselle.
Let me tweet her right now. Excuse me, shorty. Excuse me.
Yeah, no, that part was a little bit random when I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Like being like, we do it for 21 and the boy. Again, like that is a stunts. Oh, like
dog, he got different type of friends, yo. Like he got billionaire friends. He gonna be a billionaire, so he got billionaire friends, but he had that like 10 years ago. Like Drake got a different type of rap money. I ain't never seen nobody other than Jay with this type of rap money. That's what I'm saying. Like when somebody said, when the little homie said, not to sound disrespectful when I call him little homie, but he younger than me. When the little homie said that this is the closest we gonna get to Jay-Z with, what is it called? Middle of the Map. What's the song?
Middle of the Ocean. The song I knew Fam was gonna like as soon as I heard. I'm like, this is a Fam record, and Fam was like, you right.
Yeah, like he barring people up. Yeah, that's what I like Drake when he do these songs on the album, like 7 a.m. on Birdo Path and all that shit. When he rippity rap.
Yeah.
One of the funniest people, one of the funniest looking people ever, Zell. Go ahead.
No, that's what I mean. Like all the songs, I mean, Broke Boys. I mean, you can relate to that. Like
absolutely. Patreon.com/. Go ahead, sign up and pay. I need that
And on
shit.
that note, we'll see y'all next week. No, we still here. I'm just...
Fucking pay me. Oh, we could go home. That was a good go home spot.
I know. No, but for real, yeah, I think we'll wrap it. What else do we?
Ain't shit else going on. It's an hour and a half. Yeah, hey, patreon.com/Banks versus Davis. If y'all want to see some more content, fuck all that. It's the
Banks
end of
has
the
his
year.
own. Hang on, real quick. We have to address your return to Twitter. Are you already done after 2 days? Because I was like, this isn't gonna last more than a week.
Hey, we out. Patreon.com/Banks versus
No, don't
Davis,
pay
bro.
attention to what he says. No, you gotta learn how to no sell, you dumb bitch. Like,
No, because Dot said the same shit. Y'all gotta stop.
No, learn how to no sell.
Alternate universe. Zell and Dot is the same person. Go ahead. No, I'm not done with Twitter because my algorithms are straight now.
Now they are.
I don't see a lot of stupid shit.
Okay. All right. Where are you on Twitter? What's your new Twitter?
All I do is like women. That's it. That's it. Go through my likes. All you gonna see me is liking stupid shit. Everything else is bookmark. Liking stupid shit and liking women over and over and over. Shouts out to Lex Pete, my favorite podcaster of all time.
Here you go.
Yeah, no, I'm telling y'all, one day I'm gonna speak it to this. I'm gonna be on poor minds. I want to be laughing like that. But my new Twitter is just like the solo show, even though I wish I could do more content with Davis. You feel me? Soon come. Phrasing. At Pardon the Banks on Twitter. Math don't follow me, so I'm gonna keep on dissing him.
He's like, another one? Like this stupid motherfucker.
I asked him your favorite cereal is Raisin Bran. He no sold me, so deny that. That's my Twitter handle.
What sicko eats Raisin Bran?
He old.
He ain't that old.
And he don't run no more, so he gotta eat Raisin Bran.
It's not winter yet.
That's the best time to run.
Yeah, that's when he runs.
No, run now. I don't give a fuck. It could be 100 degrees.
You ain't running with your fucking broken knees.
Motherfucker, I do. I'm getting ready to outrun 2 people, all right? I do 11 miles the past 3 days. Okay, shoot. I got you. I'm going to post my...
When we have our race, you are about to get cooked.
I got to beat them 2 jabronis first.
Oh, see, now you're going to see what happened when I was I raced 2... Now I'm tired. My knees... See, my back fucked up, like,
No, I got to beat this midget. And I gotta.
Whoa! Now, no.
That's what she is. Hey, on that note, listen. Follow me at Pardon the Banks on Twitter, all social media platforms. Again, thank y'all for being here. Patreon.com/Banks versus Davis. Don't follow him. Follow at the BBD Pod on Twitter. And on that note, we up out of here. And everything I said, hey, don't get mad at the Davis, get mad at the Banks.
So the fuck what?
See, this is why we'll never get paid. You out here saying Native Americans, you out here slandering short people. No, no.
Seriously, I know you can say that.
No, Kevin Nash, you can't.
God damn, bro. So I can't say vanilla and then say that word.
Mm-mm.
Why not? Peter Dinklage ain't mad at it.
Yeah, he is.
No, he ain't. He said he ain't tripping off of it. He said he's standing on his money. He's 6 feet.
That Shawn Michaels said that shit.
All of them say that.
Okay, here you go. No. I'm sick. You know what? We should have ended the show. But I don't know what the last.
They're not gonna cancel you.
I'm not worried about. I'm just.
You white and you famous.
I'm not either. I'm clear and I'm.
You want to go back to Dallas and what you was trying to say? Like they ain't asked for my autograph. People like, hey, where Davis at? No, they ain't. Nobody know who the fuck I am.
There's no they. There's one person.
I'm only cracking in Florida because of parental max in Atlanta.
Nope.
But I don't want to be cracking in that type of part of Atlanta.
You can follow me on Twitter at Davis, aka Drip, Instagram daviscoltondc, at the BVD Pod on Twitter, Banks versus Davis, live every Sunday on YouTube. That's where we are right now. Thank y'all for joining. As always, Banks versus Davis on Patreon. More content will be dropping there in the next few weeks. We've been taking the last few weeks off. Again, thank y'all for... Well, I have, I should say.
No, you haven't. You've been there too. Hey, y'all can see Davis on there as well. He got some content on there that just came out this past week.
Again, only bonus content that can be done there. So we appreciate y'all who are signed up, supporting us there. Might do some stuff. Again, we talked about Mike Tyson earlier. I've never really seen Mike Tyson fights. Might be doing something like that. Again, wrestling verse, movie watch-alongs. Part of the Banks, like Banks said, is exclusive on there. A few episodes drop on the YouTube, but not as often. But we'll be back here next week. Probably talk about Wakanda Forever, if Banks can see it.
No, I'm definitely gonna see it. I ain't gonna even watch the bootleg. That's how serious I am. I'm gonna go to the theater, which is crazy for me to say.
It's funny. Like, both our teams are on bye weeks this week, right? The Niners and the Cowboys. That's what's crazy
but only
about
one
today.
of them is winning. No, we good. I don't know what y'all doing, but
what you mean? We just won.
Oh wow!
Oh wow! Don't you
look at our record? Look at yours.
You still ain't gonna make the playoffs. That's the funny thing.
Shit.
Because you ain't even paid the last bet.
What's the last bet?
You said 10 patrons on the first day. That ain't happening.
Hey, but we made more money than some patrons.
Trying to think of what else.
Ain't shit else. Hey.
No, you were on Wiretap. I already said at the beginning we were on All Elite with Keeks.
I gotta do Wiretap in the next 2 hours.
Yeah, that's why we gotta go. I gotta record white noise anyway. I gotta get some meat and then record white noise. So,
hey man, I'm gonna tell y'all something before we get up out of here again. Don't expect us to have a lot of shit to talk about. It's the end of the year. Y'all got all the work. We ain't missed a goddamn week. We ain't missed a week all year. No.
Yeah, we did.
When
I was on hiatus. And then
Content still came out, right?
And then not us, you.
No, it was like that 1 week in the summer. It was like 1 week only.
No, there were 3 weeks. And then there were 3 weeks when we didn't have, after we had done the announcement show about the show was ending. And then I got shit a few weeks ago about how it was never real. No, it was real. But you said, let's bring it back. And since, again, you're my brother, I'm like, fuck it. Because otherwise it would have stayed dead.
And guess what? The subscribers going up.
I wish they wouldn't. Me
neither, but fuck.
I want to leave.
Leave, goddammit. I'll find another honky. I'm pretty sure. I don't.
Who?
How many? B Dot.
Yeah.
That's about it. He doing beige face. All right, y'all. We up out of here.
Maybe you should have.
Look, maybe I should. Shut up, Ralph. Shut up.
That's gonna get us fired, you dumb fuck.